Some journeys are measured in kilometers, some in centuries. Today, we walk through a land where enlightenment echoed from hilltops, where knowledge shaped the ancient world, and where renunciation turned into immortality. Today, I take you on a visit to a hill that heard the Buddha speak, the Gridhakuta Parbat, a marble temple rising from still waters, marking the final liberation of Mahavira, the founder of Jainism, and a university that once drew minds from across continents. This is not just a travel episode, this is a journey through meditation, intellect, and liberation. So come with me as I explore Rajgir, Nalanda, and Pawapuri in this episode. Hello and welcome to Doctraveller MN. We are at Gridhakuta International Hotel, which is just by the side of the Rajgir Stadium. We had stayed in this hotel last night. Our experience was not that good. And so today is 25th of December and we are now heading towards Gridhakuta Parbat to explore the Peace Pagoda in Rajgir. We checked out of our hotel early at about 7 a.m. and it will be a long day today since we will be exploring the Gridhakuta Parbat, then head towards Pawapuri Jal Mandir, then Nalanda Ancient University, and finally return to Patna. Early morning, the roads are quite deserted, there is not much crowd. Hopefully, we will be able to explore the Parvat in peace. We have arrived at the parking area. The ropeway services commence at 8 a.m. and it was only 7:15 now, so we decided to trek the Parvat. And this is the trekking route. We have to ascend about 500 steps, and that's the ropeway that you can see. Gridhakuta Parbat means the vulture peak. Here, Lord Buddha delivered his second wheel of law. This is also known as the Bimbisara Road, which is believed to be originally built by King Bimbisara when he came here to meet Lord Buddha. The Gridhakuta Parbat is surrounded by 5 holy hills, as you can see, and this is one of the most important Buddhist sites for pilgrimage. Rising sun on the horizon looks beautiful. Mom slowly ascending the stairs. We are almost halfway through and resting a bit. We have reached the gate to Peace Pagoda on top of Gridhakuta Parbat. It's 8 a.m. now. This is the beautiful Peace Pagoda which was built in 1969 by Japanese group of monks belonging to Nipponji order. Several other peace pagodas have been built all around the world to spread the message of peace in the world. Several other tourists seem to be arriving after trekking the Parvat. On the 4 different sides of the Peace Pagoda, you will see Buddha in different positions signifying his life's milestones. His young life is depicted as standing Buddha, followed by his position of enlightenment, then delivering sermons to his disciples, and finally his state of Mahaparinirvan. We took a round of this beautiful Peace Pagoda.
हेलो और दूसरों रकम लिए हेलो
A bell can be seen downstairs. It signifies awakening. Tourists could be seen meditating in isolation. This is the exact spot where Buddha is believed to have meditated. This is a Japanese temple near the Peace Pagoda. The view of the valley from Gridhakuta Parbat is splendid. And early morning, it just felt marvelous. The early morning visit here felt quiet, austere, and one with nature. Away from the hustle and bustle of city life, it truly felt spiritual. It was 9 a.m. We decided to return now by the ropeway. Purchased tickets for 70 rupees per head. Look at the outside valley view through the glass cabin. Truly, it's mesmerizing, it's beautiful. We thoroughly enjoyed our visit to Gridhakuta Parbat and now we are heading on to Pawapuri. Passing through busy markets of Rajgir, this is the Bengali Tola area of Rajgir. Pawapuri is 14 kilometers from here. Pawapuri is another 8 kilometers from here, and now we are passing through Sakri River. This is not a perennial river, just a stream, a narrow stream post the monsoons. We have arrived at Pawapuri, but it was already 11 a.m. by now, and we decided to have breakfast first. It was puri and chole for us. We have arrived at Jal Mandir, one of the most important pilgrimage sites in Jainism. This is the place where Mahavira, the 24th Tirthankar of Jainism, attained Nirvana in 527 BCE. After his cremation, devotees collected so much of the sacred soil from the spot that a large pit was formed. That pit later was filled with water and became a tank. In the middle of this tank stands the white marble Jal Mandir built at the exact site of his cremation. The temple is connected to the shore by a long stone causeway. The pond is known for its lotus flowers and fish, and the temple is one of the most important pilgrimage sites for Jains. Photography, videography is not allowed inside the temple premises. There are other Jain temples by the side of the Jal Mandir, and we have come to one of the Jain temples to visit. This temple is under renovation, but look at the beautiful and intricate architecture on the walls and pillars of the temple. Truly awe inspiring. The artwork, the sculpture on the walls of the Jain temples, wherever you may go, whether it is in Rajasthan or in other parts of India, they are truly awe inspiring. Look at the intricate artwork, the finesse, the perfection. It's truly marvelous. These sculptures here depict the various life aspects of Mahavir. Painting here depicts the birth of Lord Mahavira. It was truly a beautiful visit here in Pawapuri. It was 1 p.m. in the afternoon. We are now heading towards Nalanda, our final spot of the day. We are passing through Silao. Nalanda University is about 10 kilometers from here. Look at the view outside, the greenery on both sides of the road, truly mesmerizing. We couldn't hold ourselves, took a break, and look at this mustard field. Truly beautiful. Clicked some photos here and then proceeded onwards. Now, this railway fatak where we had to stop for this beautiful train to cross by. And we have almost reached Nalanda now. It's hardly 2 kilometers from here. Finally, we have arrived at UNESCO World Heritage Site, ruins of Nalanda University. It is maintained by the Archaeological Survey of India, ASI. Look at this neem tree, it's huge. We are walking through an aisle where the trees have been marked along with their botanical names, and there are displays telling us the history of Nalanda ruins. The board here displays the history of Nalanda University, and you can pause the video and have a look at it. We have come to monastery number 1, the site which was the first to be excavated by ASI at Nalanda and perhaps the most important of the monastery group. The massive structure that you see is temple number 3, which is the largest structure at Nalanda, the most iconic one. It was the main temple or the shrine complex, which is believed to have enshrined a large Buddha image. It was built during the Gupta period. These raised brick platforms that you see were sleeping or meditation platforms for the Buddhist monks. The stairs on the left led to an upper circumambulatory path. The circular raised platforms you see are remnants of the stupas that were built by monks, students, and pilgrims. Now we have come to visit monastery number 5. So, this is a long aisle which leads to the monastery number 5. These were basically residential quarters of the monks. Nalanda University was originally built during the Gupta period, that is 5th century AD, and it flourished till 12th century AD. There is a distinct layout of the university where you will see the temples on the left hand side and the viharas or the monastic cells on the right hand side of the causeway, which is about 30 meters wide and which runs throughout the layout of Nalanda. Temple 12 is one of the later added shrines in the Nalanda complex. It belongs to the later phase of Nalanda's development between 9th to 12th century AD during the rule of the Pala dynasty. It was built on a raised brick platform, as you can see, and there was a central sanctum, Garbhagriha, that would have housed a large Buddha statue. There were rows of monasteries and stupas surrounding the main temple area. This monastery originally had 3 floors with a central shrine and the viharas of the monks surrounding it. We have now come to monastery number 7, which has been closed for the time being by ASI. This is the causeway which runs throughout the ruins of Nalanda that I have talked about earlier. And on the right side, you see are the temples, and on the left side are the viharas. Let us look at the monastery number 8. Monastery number 8 was one of the residential viharas. This vihara is rectangular in shape with a huge open courtyard in between, and that raised platform was where the central shrine was kept. And you can see cells or residential quarters of the monks which are arranged on all 4 sides of the vihara. We have come to one such residential quarter. These were square rooms with a way to get in and also spaces to keep the lights inside the room. And you can see this raised platform with these square empty spaces. These were the places where the monks used to sit for their meditation classes, and this was probably a well or a water management system which has now been secured by the ASI. We have come to visit monastery number 9, which looks almost the same as monastery number 8, with residential quarters on all sides of a rectangular open space and this raised platform with slabs that you can see. These were the spaces where monks used to sit for their regular classes. Another temple ruin structure within the premises of Nalanda, and probably this was a pedestal on which was housed Lord Buddha's idol. Overall, it has been beautifully maintained by the ASI, the ruins of the viharas, the ruins of the temple structures, and with the surrounding garden areas and the tall trees and greenery. Truly, it's a marvelous sight to visit and behold. This is again the ruins of one of the viharas or residential quarters of the monks. As you can see, the cells of the monks lined on one side of the vihara. Lot of tourists and school children had come to visit the ruins of Nalanda. Let us look at the ruins of monastery number 6. Again, a big open courtyard in the center with residential quarters for the monks on all sides. And you can also see some raised structures within the premises which could be used as temple shrines. These are the cells, the residential quarters which were used by the monks and students. Then you can also notice the wells used for water management. You can also see double bricked ovens used for community cooking. In its time, Nalanda housed 10,000 students and 2,000 teachers, so obviously it was a big campus area. Now I will show you monastery number 4, again residential quarters of monks, but there was an aisle at the periphery of these quarters through which you had to walk in order to reach the residential premises. So now we are walking through this aisle, as you can see, and the quarters can be seen on the sides of the aisle. Beautifully maintained flowers and the garden within the premises of the Nalanda ruins. Indeed appreciable. The greatest university in the world of its time was sadly destroyed by Bakhtiyar Khilji in 12th century. The library burned for 6 months. We have now come to the shrine which was built in memory of Sariputta, one of the two favorite disciples of Lord Buddha. Don't forget to visit the black Buddha statue at the end, which is not paint but made of black basalt salt. It was built during the rule of Pala dynasty. With that comes to an end our beautiful series of Bihar, which included Gaya, Bodhgaya, Rajgir, Nalanda, Pawapuri. It was 4:30 p.m. We started on our return journey to Patna. On the way, we stopped to buy some fresh vegetables from the local ladies here. Like others, we too decided to buy some from them. We are on the outskirts of Patna city, and in the distance, you can see this famous international school. We had a late lunch almost at 6 p.m. with champaran mutton and steamed rice. So that brings an end to our episode. I hope you like this vlog. Do share in your comments. Till then, goodbye and take care.